Monday, June 19th. Yeah, it's time. It's time for PATC to release their way too early top 25. Welcome to episode 244 of College Football's Peek Around the Corner with your host, Greg Flugar. We cover everything in college football because we love everything in college football. And if you do as well, please subscribe to our ever-growing channel. Smash that like button if you like our content. Share the video with your family and friends. PATC Chalk Talk. Too early 2023 top 25. I'm going to make a lot of people angry with me on this episode. A few people are going to be happy, but a whole lot of people are going to be unhappy. Put down your comments and thoughts in the comment section below the video. Let me know how we got it all wrong once again in our way too early top 25. Let's get to it. Number 25, the Iowa Hawkeyes. Yes, just recently, last week, we confirmed our prediction that the Iowa Hawkeyes will win the Big Ten West in 2023. They picked up a great transfer, a very impactful transfer, exactly what they needed. The experienced, the successful, the calm, cool, and collected quarterback, Cade McNamara from the Michigan Wolverines. He's going to be the Iowa Hawkeyes starting quarterback in that offense that has been, well, not so good lately. But their special teams, their defense has been brilliant over the last few years. And their special teams are going to be great next year as well. They got the best kicking dual combination kicker and punter going into next season. Of course, they have the sensational defensive coordinator, Brian Ferentz, the offensive coordinator. He's under a lot of pressure. His contract states that Iowa has to average 25 points a game average throughout the season. But we believe Iowa's schedule, although they start the Big Ten season, the conference games at Penn State, we believe the Iowa schedule is one in which the Iowa Hawkeyes will win the Big Ten West. Their defense and special teams should pull them through. Iowa, we have them at number 25, number 24. The Texas Tech Red Raiders. Coach McGuire has this program going up. However, their defense has to get better. Yes, they led the Big 12 in sacks last year, but they still gave up too many points, too many yards. Texas Tech Raiders, Red Raiders, they have a lot of defensive players coming back. An experienced group who have played a lot of snaps. They just have to get a little bit better. And then the Texas Tech Red Raiders can finally get into the Big 12 championship game. And who knows? Texas Tech Raiders are getting better. The program is on the upswing. Do we have them ranked too low? I know a lot of Red Raider fans say we do. By Texas Tech, number 24, I think that's the spot until we see an improvement on their defense. The Oregon game, Texas Tech at home against Oregon, September 9th, is going to tell us a lot about the Red Raiders. No question about it. Number 23, UCLA. They're similar to the Texas Tech Red Raiders. Their defense has to get better. Chip Kelly hired another defensive coordinator, a young man from the Baltimore Ravens, 33-year-old. They've got to find a way to recruit and develop defensive players better than they have been under Chip Kelly. There's also going to be quite the quarterback battle in Bruin country. Dante Moore, the 5-star quarterback, he's going to get the job at some point, but the Colin Schlee from Kent State, the transfer, we love him here at Peek Around the Corner. We think he might win the starting job at the beginning of the season. However, UCLA, Pac-12 is stacked in 2023. UCLA number 23, we think that's the good spot for them. Number 22, TCU, an historic season last year. The Horned Frogs make it all the way to the championship game versus Georgia. Chandler Morris is going to be the quarterback. He's good. He's real good. He would have been their number one quarterback, but he got injured. And then, of course, we all saw what happened with Max Duggan as he took over and led the TCU from comeback victories. Incredible season. Now Max Duggan is in the NFL. Chandler Morris, TCU, Trey Sanders, the running back transfer from Alabama. He's going to be interesting to see. TCU's pretty green on the defensive line. So TCU, number 22, we think that's the right spot for them. Tulane, number 21, the best G5 program right now in the country. The Green Wave. They've got a superstar, Michael Pratt, the quarterback. He's coming back again for this season. Holy smokes. The best quarterback in all of G5, Tulane, will probably represent G5 conferences in the New York Six Bowl. Tulane, number 21. I got a feeling that they'll get higher and higher and higher in the polls as the season goes on. Number 20, North Carolina. We couldn't put them any higher. Drake May, sensational quarterback. Either the best quarterback in all of college football or the second best. Caleb Williams or Drake May. He is that great. But North Carolina's defense has been dreadful. And I don't know if there's a sign, if there's any indications that North Carolina's defense are going to get any better this year. We could not put North Carolina any higher than number 20. Number 19, Oregon State. Now that's a defense that can play. The second best defense in the Pac-12 last year. The big storyline for Oregon State and Jonathan Smith, the head coach, is they got DJ Ungale in the transfer portal, the quarterback from Clemson. Is he the needle mover? Can he move the needle for Oregon State to get to the Pac-12 championship game? A lot of Beaver fans say, yes, it's happening this year. We have PATC. Not quite sold that DJ Ungale can get it done. We love Damian Martinez, the great running back from last year. And of course, that defense is solid, better than solid, very, very good. Oregon State, number 19. Do we have them a little too low? Should they be higher in the rankings? Number 18, Ole Miss. I love what Lane Kiffin has done. Defensive coordinator Pete Golding from Alabama. That's what Lane Kiffin got done. We can talk about Judkins, the great running back. We can talk about the quarterback battle between Dart and Spencer Sanders and Howard. They have a three-throng quarterback battle that's going to be going on in the month of August. But the big storyline, they've got the defensive coordinator that Lane Kiffin wanted. Ole Miss. It's going to be a pretty exciting season, I think, for the Rebels in 2023. Oklahoma. Number 17. Now, do we have them too high? Should they be number 21, 22, 23 in the rankings? They have Dylan Gabriel, the great quarterback, but they lost their top two receivers. They lost their top two starting offensive tackles. Again, Oklahoma, Brent Venables, they have to improve that secondary. They've got to get better on defense, just like North Carolina, just like Texas Tech Raiders. That's why these teams are not in the top 15 of our way too early poll. Oklahoma, can they improve that defense? Because they're going to have to improve that defense to beat Texas in the Big 12 championship or beat Kansas State in the Big 12 championship in 2023. Number 16, the Tennessee Volunteers. This is actually something we got right last year at PATC. Tennessee was not in the top 25 polls, none of the preseason top 25 polls, but we had Tennessee in our top 25. In fact, we predicted that Tennessee would finish in the top 10 in the country. But this year, unfortunately, we cannot make that same prediction. They do take a step back this year. Joe Milton is not Hendon Hooker. They lost their two brilliant wide receivers, and we can't find any indications that Tennessee defense is going to be much improved over last year. So Tennessee, number 16, is the highest we can go for the Volunteers here in our preseason. Kansas State, number 15. Now, I think you can make a very strong case that Kansas State, we have them too low. They should be ranked higher. They should be closer to number 10. Will Howard, brilliant at the end of the season last year. The quarterback, absolutely brilliant last year. Now, they lost Deuce Vaughn, but we love Treshaun Ward, the transfer running back from Florida State. We mentioned him last year. That's a great pickup for Kansas State. And they returned their whole offensive line, all 5 starters. Are you kidding me? Holy smokes. Kansas State is prime for another run to get to the Big 12 championship game. Kansas State, Texas. I can see it. I can see it happening. Number 14, Clemson. Everyone has Clemson higher, I'm sure. But we're down. Klubnik and Shipley, a good combo, quarterback, running back combination. Of course, they're going to have a good defense. But there's something wrong in Clemson. Now, maybe Dabo Swinney has solved it. Garrett Riley, the offensive coordinator, brilliant young offensive coordinator, TCU. Dabo Sweeney, he's letting somebody else take the reins. That offense became too predictable for opposing defenses. It was too simple. Too simple. They had no really pre-snap motions that fooled anybody. So Clemson's doing something a little bit different on offense this year. I like it. I like that they're doing something different. We just have to see how it goes. Clemson number 14, I'm sorry, I could not rank them any higher than 14. I know that people are going to be disagreeing with me in the comments section. Go ahead, disagree with me. Let me have it. Tell me how wrong I got the Clemson Tigers. Number 13, Oregon. Once again, couldn't put them any higher than 13. Bo Nix, he shut me up last year. He was brilliant last year. I didn't think he was going to be. But Bo Nix shut up the PATC. However, they're losing Kenny Dillingham, the offensive coordinator, who's now the new head coach of Arizona State. I think that's a big thing. And also, they got a pretty new offensive line at Oregon. And again, where am I going to put Oregon? I couldn't put them ahead of Utah. There's no way I could put them ahead of Utah. Utah has a whole bunch of players returning from their Pac-12 championship. They've got 13 returning starters now. Is Cameron Rising the quarterback? Is he going to be healthy next year, at the start of next year? What we shall see. But their offense and defensive line is going to be stacked once again. Utah Utes, number 12. I couldn't go any lower. Not with the two-time defending, reigning, undisputed Pac-12 champion. Utah, number 12. Number 11, Notre Dame. A lot of people have Notre Dame lower than 11. Hardly anybody, if anybody, has them higher than us. Notre Dame, 11. We love the Fighting Irish here in 2023. Sam Hartman. The games that he had as the Wake Forest Deacons quarterback, historic. Brought that program up. Won games in the fourth quarter over and over again. Marcus Freeman, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish fan base are going to love Sam Hartman. And they don't have Tommy Rees as their offensive coordinator. Not a Tommy Rees offensive coordinator fan. So Notre Dame wins by subtraction. Number 11, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Number 10, Texas is back. Quinn Ewers, Xavier Worthy, the great wide receiver. Quinn Ewers, so many great reports coming out of camp, spring camp. He's in shape. He cut that hair. Yes, Texas is back. The defense is getting better. I cannot see them any lower than 10. Tell me how wrong I am, but I think Texas is back, and they're going to be playing in the Big 12 championship game. Number 9, USC. I can hear the boos already from Los Angeles. USC, number 9. They should be top 6, top 5, top 4. Alex Grinch has got to show something here. Lincoln Riley's defensive coordinator. Something has to happen. That defense was dreadful last year. And I'm not blaming Lincoln Riley so much. We all knew the Trojans defense was going to be bad last year. But they've got to be 3 steps better this year. They really do. Dorian Singer, great transfer wide receiver from Arizona, originally from St. Paul, Minnesota. Of course, Caleb Williams. You can go on and on and on. USC is going to score a whole lot of points. But they got to stop somebody at some time, somewhere. Until I see it, I cannot rank USC any higher. We're going to know real quick here in the 2023 season if USC has what it takes to win the Pac-12 championship in the last year they're going to be playing in the Pac-12. Number 8, Penn State. Coach Franklin, this is it. PATC is totally behind you. We have the Nittany Lions winning the Big Ten championship in 2023. Singleton and Allen, the great running backs. Drew Aller, the quarterback, the great left tackle. We can go on and on and on. The defense is stacked again this year. They're going to have to replace some great secondary players. But Penn State, the games against Ohio State, Michigan is going to settle it all. We think Penn State's going to take it. A win in Indianapolis. But for now, way too early poll. We can't go any higher then number 8. But Penn State's going to prove to everybody real quick. They start the season, West Virginia, NBC, prime time, West Virginia Mountaineers. I love the program, but it's not going to be a good night. Penn State, they're going to be a monster this year. We think they're going to go to the college football playoffs. Again, tell me how crazy I am in the comments section below the video. Number 7, the Washington Huskies. We got them winning the Pac-12 championship. How can you not? Michael Penix, Odunze, McMillan, the great wide receivers coming back. They got their offensive coordinator coming back. Alabama tried to poach Washington's offensive coordinator, but they were not successful. Look, I maybe should have Washington even higher than number 7. In fact, maybe I should do a do-si-do with Washington and Alabama. Alabama couldn't get Washington's offensive coordinator, so who did Alabama get? Who did they get for their new offensive coordinator? Tommy Rees. Tommy Rees. I do not like this situation for the Alabama Crimson Tide. Offensive coordinator led a very clunky Notre Dame offense for the last few years. The quarterback situation, I don't think really improved that much by getting transfer quarterback Tyler Buckner from Notre Dame. Simpson and Milroe, they did not look good. Those two quarterbacks did not look good in the Alabama spring football game. Alabama, the slide has begun. They're going to slip, 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 drip, drip, drip. They're falling away just a little bit. Alabama, number 6, and the team that's really replacing them as the second best team in the SEC is LSU. LSU, Coach Kelly, Daniels the quarterback. If they can keep Daniels healthy, LSU has a big shot at going and possibly even beating Georgia for the SEC championship. Who knows? Harold Perkins, the great linebacker, is going to be causing so many problems in the SEC this year. LSU is primed. They got to get through Georgia to get to the college football playoffs. We don't think 2 SEC teams are going to make it to the 4-team invitational this year. We shall see. But LSU is the team that's going to challenge Georgia, not Alabama. Number 4, Florida State. Everybody who's been watching our program for the last few months know how much we love Florida State. They are stacked with superstars. Quarterback Jordan Travis, you all know him. Jared Verse, the great defensive end pass rusher who very well could have been drafted very high in the NFL draft here this last spring, but he decided to come back for the Seminoles. They're running it back this year. Benson, the great running back, breaking tackles left and right. Johnny Wilson, 6'7". Johnny Wilson just scratching the surface of being a superstar. Florida State, number 4. They're going to the college football playoffs. Seminoles, PATC, we love them in 2023. The Ohio State Buckeyes, yes, we have them at number 3 for now in our way too early top 25. The best dual wide receivers in the country. But who's going to be their quarterback? It's probably going to be Kyle McCord. Probably not Devin Brown, but we don't know. Kyle McCord is going to have to take over and lead the Buckeyes. Defensive coordinator Knowles, much improved defense last year for the Buckeyes. If they could get just a little bit better, more consistent, the Buckeyes could come out of the Big Ten as the Big Ten champions in 2023. Offensive line, they did get some late transfer portal help. Hopefully the offensive line will be good enough for the Buckeyes. We have the Buckeyes number 3, but for now we don't have them making the college football playoffs. Number 2, the Michigan Wolverines. J.J. McCarthy. The Wolverines are absolutely stacked. Running backs are coming back. There's not much you can say. Michigan, absolutely stacked. The one concern I have, and I keep going over and over in my mind, is the way they lost to TCU in the playoffs. They lost that game in the locker room. The defensive coordinator lost that game. And I think there might be a psychological, emotional effect happening with Michigan this year. That was a very bad game plan against TCU. I was shaken by it. I do not trust that defensive coordinator. They have so much talent on the defensive side of the ball, just like they have on the offensive side of the ball. Michigan, number 2, but again, PATC has the Penn State Nittany Lions winning the Big Ten championship, but you got to put Michigan number 2 in the way too early poll. And of course, that leaves the 2-time defending, reigning, undisputed national champions, the Georgia Bulldogs. Carson Beck, new quarterback. Is he good enough? He probably will be, because the defense is absolutely stacked once again. The Georgia Bulldogs defense has been on a whole different level. Malachi Starks, the safety, he's a superstar. They've got defensive end rushers. They got Dumas Johnson, great linebacker. They're absolutely stacked. I don't know. I mean, they got 2 transfer wide receivers, one from Ole Miss, one from Mississippi State, one from Missouri. Maybe that's the weakness. New quarterback, transfer wide receivers, but they're so dynamic on defense. They got such a great running back room, great at the line of scrimmage, and of course the head coach. Come on, 2-time national champions. Coach Smart, the Georgia Bulldogs are absolutely stacked until I see something different. I don't know how anybody could not have the Georgia Bulldogs as the number 1 team in the land. Again, give me your thoughts and comments. Who did I leave out that I should not have left out in the way too early top 25? South Carolina, should I have included them? How about Texas A&M? Should I have included them in the top 25? What about the Miami, Florida Hurricanes, Mario Cristobal, second year, Tyler Van Dyke? Is he ready to improve his play from last year? Give me the team that you think that I should have had in the top 25, but I did not. How about you evil Badgers out there? I didn't have Wisconsin in the top 25. Is that because I'm heavily biased against the Badgers? Maybe. Possibly. It could be. It probably is. Give me your thoughts in comments in the comments section below the video. And again, let me know how wrong we got it here at PATC. So that is your way too early top 25. I hope you enjoyed it, because I enjoyed doing this episode. Until next time, from all of us at PATC to all of you, please, you all take great care of each other. Thank you so very much.